Hello my beautiful people. So I just want to do some kind of welcome to my humble abode. I just want to do some notes on the coming Venus retrograde, and it's actually going to start tomorrow on the 5th of October. So depending on where you are, because you'll be getting these early, you know, I like to get them out for you in advance. So let's talk about this. One of the things that I kind of really feel is worth mentioning, I haven't done Venus retrograde specials for everybody, and the reason I didn't do them is because we're saturated with them. Everybody's talking about it. If you haven't seen it, go to my website, www.reydiantreality.com. That's R-E-Y, not R-A-D. And on there, I've put, there's a blog post that's called, you know, that's all about the Venus retrograde. Have a read of it. I think it will give you some insight, some understanding, some background, some context as to what might be happening, how it might shape up, and all that good stuff. Now, that's why I haven't done the Venus retrograde specials, because like I said, not only are we saturated with them, it's one of the things that everybody's talking about. It's on everybody's lips. But there's a few things with astrology that I really want to get across to people, that I really want to hit home to people. You know, some of the really good astrologers out there really hit this home to me, you know, and I'm still learning. I still have a very long way to go on my journey of understanding astrology, you know, and it's like tarot. The journey of understanding and learning is never truly done. You just get to a place where you're competent and proficient. Now, the Venus retrograde will be happening, like I said, on the 5th of October, which here is in the UK where I am is tomorrow. For some of you, it will be, you know, the day after, just because of the time zone thing and whatnot. So, you know, whatever day it happens for you, I'm just trying to get this out in advance. What is important and what you need to remember, all things in terms of astrology, are qualities of moments in time. So when Venus officially goes retrograde on the 5th of October, that specific day, so tomorrow, I personally will be paying attention to what happens on that day. Remember, just like your own star chart, an event chart, a synergy chart, whatever it is, you look at that chart and you are looking at a picture of a moment in time of where the planets are at any given moment in time. And what you're looking at is the quality of life that that event, person, thing, you know, launch, you know, I did a chart for my website launch, which is why I launched on the day that I did and at the time. And if you see it, it's not, a lot of people will be like, oh, I've checked out your chart and it's not very good, and there are some challenging aspects to it, but I specifically chose the challenges that I wanted, and I specifically chose those because I was aware that I was looking at a moment in time, and having the understanding that I'm looking at a moment in time, I can anticipate what is going to unfold over the lifetime of the thing that I created, of the, you know, the website that I launched at the specific time. So when Venus goes retrograde tomorrow, pay attention to what happens tomorrow. Pay attention to the relationships that you've got and what happens in them, the dynamics of them. You know, Venus is going retrograde in the sign of Scorpio. This is all about the power dynamic. It's about what you truly, Scorpio, what you truly desire. What is at the bottom? What are your deepest motivations in the core of who you are? Venus, what do I value? So she's actually amplifying that retrograde to relook at something, reassess, re-examine, redo if need be, in the sign of your deepest and, you know, most held and sometimes even darkest and taboo desires. Venus is going to ask you, what do you truly value here? What do you truly value at that level? And that's what's going to help you understand what your motivations are, where they come from, what is truly driving the decisions that you make based on what you actually value, as opposed to what you think you value on the surface. Remember, we're out of Libra, we're in Scorpio now in terms of Venus. She'll retrograde back into Libra, and I feel, because it is You know, there's definitely going to be some obsessive behavior going on for all of us. I can't even tell you, you know, I'm like looking at it like, ooh, because I know myself. I know what my my moments are and my triggers. Like, one of the things I do is bite my nails. That's one of my obsessive behaviors. You know, and sometimes it's yeah. Anyway, enough of that. But you see my point. If you know what your triggers are and whatnot, you'll be able to anticipate that more. So tomorrow, pay attention to your relationships, what happens in your relationships. Pay attention to the things and the people that you're drawn to. Pay attention to what it is that you feel urged to acquire. Remember, Venus rules money, it rules acquisitions. It's the, excuse me, the lesser benefic, you know, and it's all to do with what we value, what our monetary values are, what our financial state is, you know, mentally, emotionally, actually, physically, materially. It rules all of that stuff. So really be conscious, really pay attention to what's happening. And the reason I've put this prelude in to all these weekly videos is because this it's happening now. And if you can pay attention to especially what happens on the day of when the retrograde starts, it's going to give you an idea of the quality of what that entire retrograde season is going to be about for you, is going to deliver to you. And remember, we always have a choice. We co-create our destinies. Things aren't done to us. They are done with us. And, you know, and in terms of that stuff as well, sometimes the universe takes you to a certain point because you need to make a decision. And if you don't make a decision, unfortunately, like any rule of procrastination, if you don't jump, you'll be pushed. That's how it works. You know, so think about it, pay attention to what's happening, be observant, you know, ultimately be observant with yourself on a really deep internal level. You know, listen to what comes up for you on the inside and pay attention and observe all of the stuff that happens externally, because in that is going to give you sort of, you know, the way that this is going to shape up for you. I'll talk about this more as well as we go forward, because, and this is the other thing that I really want to hit home to people as well. No transit lasts a day. You know, I mean, some of the aspects last a day, and, you know, in that respect, but their effects tend to be felt longer than they actually last in some respects. The eclipses, for as an example, they happen on a specific day, but they take 3 to 6 months to unpack and to assimilate into our lives. Like, some of the stuff that's happening for us now is off the back of the eclipses that we've had. You know, so be aware, be alert, understand what is taking place, you know, and more importantly as well, especially given the fact that it's a Venus retrograde, be gentle with yourself, be gentle with others. You know, this isn't going to be as hardcore as some. It will definitely be driving those obsessions for sure. I don't think it will be as hardcore as what we've had to deal with over the summer and, you know, the course of this year. So with all that said, waffling over, I really hope you enjoy your week ahead videos, and you'll be able to find all the good stuff that I talk about on there. Take care, and I'll see you very soon. Hi Leo, my ascendant brothers and sisters. It's lovely to have you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share and hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, thank you so much for all of your continued support. It truly means the world. Thank you so much. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can do so on the link below. If you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so at my website, which is www.radiantreality.com. With all of that out, let's delve into your reading. Before we start, I would like to bless both sexes with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what your destiny card is for the week ahead. Destiny card, you know, overriding theme, message or experience for the week ahead, and you get the World card. Beautiful. So this is the World card in the Rider-Waite, but in this card it's actually called, in this deck it's actually called the Universe. And you know, the universe is literally that. It's the wider world, it's the cosmos, it's all of that understanding, but it's also the completion of a cycle. So this week, Leo, something comes to a close, and it's not like a you know, oh my god, we've got another ending, oh my gosh, I can't handle it. When you get the world card or the universe, it's basically the completion of a cycle. And what this kind of says to me, because it represents Saturn as well. As a planet, this card represents Saturn. And, you know, what is Saturn? Saturn's the hard taskmaster, the one that, you know, makes you work for what you want, will give you what you want, but you've got to cross your T's and dot your I's and, you know, put the finishing touches on it and then put the whistles and bells on it before you even get a fraction of a payout. This week, you kind of get that moment where you understand that you have already ascended, or you're about to ascend, because this is the close of the previous cycle. You know, the world card comes forward and it basically says to us, yes, you have passed the test, yes, you've done the work, you've put the effort in, you have learnt the lessons. Because the other thing about the world card is it represents mastery. This represents when we have that culminating experience and we stand on top of a mountain, a proverbial mountain, and say, whoa, okay, that's where I started and I'm now here. I have mastered that experience. And the reason you've been able to master the experience is because you've been able to assimilate it. And that's what happens this week. I think we're going to have a real big glimpse, you know, I'm looking forward to this myself. We're going to have a glimpse into just how far we've come, and more importantly, what level we're at now, where we can go from here. It's going to, you know, it's really interesting. I say this because lots of amazing things are shaping up for Radiant Reality, and I won't reveal them here or just yet, but the amazing thing for me is last night I had a really powerful dream. I was sat at a table with somebody, you know, and we both had our phones out, and they were, do you remember the old flip phones? They were flip phones, and it's funny because although the woman that I was having this meeting with, she took the form of somebody that I went to school with. You know, she was saying to me, oh, you know, like I just got married and da-da-da, and we were talking about our lives and how we'd got to where we were, but we were talking about business. And what I understood from it was she was presenting to me as somebody that I knew so that I would listen to what it is that she was saying, but I didn't know this woman. I got the feeling I didn't know her. And so she was delivering this to me, which kind of suggests to me that somebody is about to come into your life that's going to help you understand just how far you've come, and more importantly, just what the vision is and how amazing it can become for you. This week, you are going to have a glimpse into your future. And I kind of say, when I say your future, whatever happens this week, Leo, and I know this is just a week ahead reading, but this card represents very, very long periods of time. And we're talking like 21 to 29 years in the future. This week, whatever happens, something about it will be setting you up for the next big stretch of your life. Whatever takes place this week, whoever comes into your life this week will have a big impact, and more importantly, you yourself are going to have a big understanding, a massive realization, you know, and a massive assimilation of the experiences that you've had up until now. Let's give this some context, you know, and with the direction card, how it shapes up, what it's likely to be, or, you know, what the best way to even achieve it is. Excuse me. The Nine of Cups, I mean, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now, the words that I'm hearing are, for a lot of us, me included, because I'm a Leo ascendant, something will have happened this year that was a real big challenge. And rather than shy away from it or be like, oh, I can't deal with this, and run away, you chose to honour yourself enough. Not only will you get the healing from that, the Nine of Cups, but this is about a wish fulfillment, something that you have longed for, something that you have worked for, something that you have put your literal blood, sweat and tears into, right? Something that you have given everything to for a long time and had no reward back from it. Something this week shapes up for you, something this week becomes real and it becomes tangible. This will be a week that you remember for a very long time to come, and this will be a week where you have that peak experience and you say to yourself, wow, this is how my life is unfolding, this is what can happen for me. You get a glimpse into the future and you get some kind of blessing, boon, win, that happens for you, because the Nine of Cups is emotional contentment, but it's wish fulfillment. It's something that makes you so happy, it makes your heart glow. And it makes your heart glow because it's something that you have put the effort and the work into, and then you finally get the attainment or the achievement or the accomplishment of it. This is a really powerful week, and having had the dream that I had yesterday, I won't give you all of the other details, but I'm really intrigued to see where this week goes and what shapes up from it. Let me know in the comments if it's not too personal, or, you know, if you want to share, and maybe we can, you know, hash it out and talk about it, and, you know, hopefully I'll be able to share with you guys as well. I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance itself. Have an amazing week, and I will see you very soon for more videos. Take care.